Thank goodness it's such an ugly day outside. So cold and rainy and gray. Right, Jeff?
Yeah.
I just ate one of those massive creamsicle cookies though, and I'm like, whoa.
I ate 2.
You ate 2? In a row? Good Lord. All about...
Why are you so tall?
I just am.
Look how much taller you are than I am.
Well,
Did you put your chair up?
Yeah, you should put your chair up, Jeff, because you're not going to be able to reach. How's that? Here. How's that? Is that better? Hello everyone and welcome back to Foster the Meeple, a channel all about
board games
and
board gamey things.
Exactly. We are here today to do a playthrough video. It's been a while, I feel like, since we've done a playthrough, and today's playthrough is going to be on Timelancers, which is from Party Tales, coming to Kickstarter on June 6th. So if you are interested in learning more about Timelancers, all of the information is going to be in the description below. This is a sponsored playthrough, so thank you to Party Tales for sponsoring this playthrough. And the idea, of course, is to show you how the game plays. Watch it in action, okay? If we accidentally make a oopsies and we mess something up, don't fear, because we'll put all of that in the Klingon subtitles. So make sure that you turn those on, and if we notice any mistakes, or if I notice any mistakes while editing, I'll make sure to update it there. Welcome to Timelancers. This is the board. It is sprawling. I will say this here is my section. This here is Jeff's section. The game is quite large, so it doesn't quite fit on the camera. So I will tell you, these match. So what you can't see on Jeff's, you can see on mine. And what you can't see on mine, you can see on Jeff's. So we'll just make sure to announce what we are doing. Make sense? All right, so in Timelancers, we are jumping through time, and we are going to be going through a variety of different historical events. Some of those events we will be repeating, and some of them we're going to be revising, and we're just going to be, you know, fiddling with history as we go. So Jeff and I each have our own characters. I am June.
I am Laren.
Laren and June, okay? So Jeff and I are competing against each other. We each have our own objectives that we are trying to complete. Mine is called Kairos, and Jeff's is the Human Prime. So essentially, it's basically saying that we need to complete certain events in certain different types of events. So there's things like technology, there's science, there's military, and then there's cultural. Those are the types of events that we're trying to do. So for mine, I need to repeat one cultural event, revise one military, repeat one science, and revise 2 social events.
I need to revise 2 cultural events, repeat 1 military event, revise 1 science event, and repeat 1 social event.
On our turns, we are going to be making 3 movements. So I will make 3 movements and then do some stuff. Jeff will make 3 movements, do some stuff. There are 2 places that you can move in this game. The first is within the city, and this is called Janus. You can make 1 movement to an adjacent tile. So I go, that's 1, that's 2, that would be 3. As you land on a new tile within the city, you are going to be able to activate that tile if you wish. Not mandatory, but you can. The different tiles allow you to do different things. So some of them are to pay some money to collect resources, collect some money. It might allow you to purchase some upgrades, which we'll get into, or transport to a new tile, all of these different things. So this is you kind of zipping through the city. The other thing that you can do is you can move to and through your time machine. So Jeff and I each have our own time machine. This one's mine and that one is Jeff's. And when you come into the time machine, you have to come in through, through Timelancer headquarters. You can go to any space on your time machine and you get to activate that space. So when you come into your time machine, there's a variety of different things that you can do. You can reserve an event, so each player is able to reserve one of the events, face-up events from the pool. You can flip one city tile. All of the city tiles within here have something different on the back, so the city is going to be changing kind of as we play the game. You can flip your event card. So as I mentioned before, each event has one side and then there's also a revised side. So you can flip your event, and the reason why you would want to do that is to achieve some of the goals that are on your goal card, of course. Then the rest of the events that you can do in your time machine are actually where you're going to be doing kind of like the big chunk of the game, which is capturing events. So the game ends in one of two ways. Either you have completed all 4 of your objectives, or you have captured 9 events and the events are kind of living in your time machine. So you can go to any of these spaces and you have to capture that specific type of event. So there's 3 different ages. There's modern, middle ages, and ancient. If you go to a space that has the letter M, you have to capture a modern event. So all of that is listed on the event cards. There's an M for modern, shows the type of card, and then what resources you have to pay in order to capture that event. Once you capture it, you put it into your time machine. So in order to also perform the event, you have to pay a time gem cost listed at the top. One of the tiles in the city allows you to upgrade that, so you have to pay less gems in order to do those events. There is also side jobs that we're going to be completing. So we start the game with 2 side jobs that we get to pick one. They are going to give you extra merit at the end of the game. Merit, whoever has the most merit at the end of the game wins. And then the very last thing that I'll mention now before we start playing is that there are also 2 enforcers. You can see they kind of look like little cop cars up there. So at the beginning of each, or at the end of each round, to the start of the game, it's the beginning, we're going to flip 2 of these cards and it's going to show us where the enforcers will go out onto the board. If you end up in the same space as an enforcer when they're on the board, you're trapped, you lose your turn. If they're already out on the board, then you can't move through them. And we can only hold a maximum of 10 resources at a time.
Yeah, so eventually you're probably not going to be able to see this because we're going to be playing cards out here. But ultimately, all you need to be able to see really is what's going on here.
Yeah, and anytime that we complete one of our objectives, we'll let you know.
Yeah.
And just so you know as well, these objectives, once you complete it, it can be taken away from you because we can influence each other's cards and time machines and stuff. So you're trying to get what you need, manipulate the other person so that they can't get what they need.
We should also mention this is a prototype version of this game.
Absolutely, yeah. Like the resources are going to be wooden or an upgrade for like some clear plastic. The basically everything that we have right now has been 3D printed.
Mm-hmm.
So just so you know, this is one thing I wanted to mention though is the board itself will be a neoprene mat, which is standard with the pledge. So anyways, that's that. Let's jump into the game. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
I know
it.
She hadn't picked rock in a while.
I thought you're like, she'll never pick rock again. All right, so Jeff gets to go first. This is technically the first player marker, but I'm leaving it here so that you can see the difference between our boards.
Also, one thing we forgot to mention, you have to place in chronological order.
Very important.
All of the events have years on them up here.
Yeah.
So you have from left to right, have to play them out in chronological order.
And so we also need to choose our side job to start. I'm going to show the people, Jeff, don't look.
Yep.
This is my side job. We can collect more side jobs as the game goes on.
So jeweler and hospital.
That's where they're going to come next round.
I am going to go here, and I'm going to pay 1, so I'll get 4 back.
$1 to make you holla.
And I'll take a gun. And then I'm going to go to telecoms, pay $2 for a phone. Whoop.
So you can start to see that from what people are collecting, what events they might be.
And you're not allowed to go back to a spot you've already traveled to.
Yeah.
Which is another thing we should mention.
You can in your time machine, but not on the board.
So I'm not allowed to go back to the armory?
No.
But what I'll do is go to the locksmith, because one thing we didn't talk about is the locks.
Yeah.
So I'll spend $1 for a lock. And locks are resources that you use to block someone from basically flipping your cards around. So if Jamie does an action that allows her to flip one of my cards, I can be like, nope, and then pay the lock to do that.
Nope. You could say nope.
Okay, that's me.
Cool beans. All right, so I'm gotta familiarize myself with the board. All right, so I'm gonna go to the hospital and I can collect a medic bag. So that's 1. Then I'm going to go to, where are they going? They're going to the jewelers in the hospital. Okay, I'm going to the archives to get 2 briefcases. Oopsie whoopsies. And then I'm going to go to the Taylor Swift concert and get some disguises. So that's my 3. Oops.
You didn't pay for the Taylor.
Right. Okay. So I got to pay, for the Taylor. Okay. So that is the end of 1 round. That's basically how quick it goes. Now we need to put out our enforcers, 1 at the hospital and 1 at the jeweler. So we can't go there. And for the next round, they're headed to the locksmith and the jeweler again.
In a 4-player game, there'd be less map to go to because there's 1 less enforcer, but you're not allowed to travel to a location where someone else is, so it locks a lot of the map away from yourself.
Exactly. Yeah. And it does play solo. Just FYI.
I'm going to go to the laboratories. The laboratories lets me transport to any city tile. You know what? I'm not going to do that.
Oh.
So that was 1. I'm going to go 2 to the headquarters. And then for my 3rd action...
Don't forget to take your gem.
Right. So I get a gem for going there. I'm going to hop into my time machine. I am going to... hop into my time machine. I'm going to repeat a modern event. And so I'm going to pay 1 gun and 1 phone. And I'm going to repeat D-Day, 1944.
Rather not.
And I'm going to place that actually right below me.
Cool. So when you first capture an event, you are going to be able to collect some money. So Jeff gets to collect 3 doll hairs.
I need to pay my 1 gem for taking that action. So I get $3.
Yep. And then that one also has an instant effect. So some of them have instant, which will say get, and then you get those resources.
So I get 2 disguises.
It will have a forever ability, like pay 1 less disguise when you do whatever.
I should also mention, I've completed one of my objectives, which is to repeat 1 military event. Every time you complete an objective, you just put 1 of your little tokens on it. I've repeated a military event, so
I have limited options. I have to go to the archives because I can't go through there. So the archives are going to get 2 briefcases. Then I'm going to go to the surveillance. I have to pay $3 to get 2 movie cameras. I'm just going to go to the headquarters and take a time gem. And that is going to be my turn. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 resources, so I'm still good. End of round. The cars are going to move. 1 will stay at the jeweler and the other one is going to the locksmith.
This is actually perfect. Someone might be like, well, how would you get out of your time machine if Jamie's sitting on headquarters? Headquarters is the only spot where you can actually be on the same space as another player. 100%. So that's why. I'm going to spend 1 to go back to headquarters, which will give me a gem. And then I am going to go to the armory again and spend 1 for a gun. And then I will... I'll go to telecoms and spend 2 to get a phone.
Hello.
It's me.
Okay, I was gonna jump, but I'm actually gonna go to the hospital first and get a medic bag. I really would like to go to the bank, but it's quite far.
You go to laboratories and transport.
That's true. Okay, so I will go, oopsies, to the capital, and I will not, actually, yeah. So that basically just means I get a side job. Then I'll go to the laboratories, which allows me to transport, and I'm going to go straight to the bank. Get $2 make you holla. Okay, so now the the enforcers are going to the capital and the armory. Next round, they'll be going telecoms and Taylor.
Ding dang.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go to the locksmith. I can spend one for a lock, but I don't want to. I'm going to go to laboratories for my second action and transport to any city tile. Excuse me. I'll transport to the hospital for a medical bag, and that'll be me.
All right. I'm going to go first to the engineer, and I'll pay 2 to gain an upgrade. So now I get to put this upgrade, which looks like this little gemmer, into any of these slots, and it'll allow me to pay 1 less. So I think I'm going to put it in the repeat MA spot. So I have to pay 1 less gem. Then I'm going to go to headquarters for my second move. Grab a time gem, and then I am jumping the heck into my time machine, and I'm going to go all the way here to repeat an MA event. And I will be taking Invention of Gutenberg Press in 1450. And so this is a repeat 1450. I feel like that's probably early, so we'll put it here.
You can always shuffle your cards around too.
Mm-hmm. Yes, yeah. If you need to move one because it needs to be moved based on chronological order, you could do that. So I pay 1 time gem, 2 medic bags, a disguise, and a camera. I'm going to get $4 and 1 upgrade. Whoopsies. And I will put this here. And so I think I've completed repeat 1 event. So I have repeated 1 science event. You can see it's the blue thing. Telecoms and Taylor. So they're going to the archives and the market next.
Okay, I'm going to go to the archives to get 2 briefcases.
I have so many briefcases.
And just a reminder, Jamie did mention this, but you're only allowed to have 10 total resources on your board at a time.
Facts.
And then I'm going to go hospital. Oh wait, no, I started at the hospital. I can't go to hospital. I'll go to surveillance. I'm not going to spend 3 because I don't have it. And then I'm going to go back to Lancer headquarters.
Time court.
I almost said time quarters. That's me.
All right. What do I want to do? I have so many briefcases, but I don't think there's anything that requires 100 briefcases. Where are the businessmen? I think I'm going to jump out. So I'm going to go to headquarters and say, what up, Jeff? How's your time lancing going, you nerd? Then I'm going to go, I'm actually going to go to the laboratory for my second move. I want it. What's that? Disguise, but the friggin' enforcer's there. Yeah, I'm just going to go down to the armory to collect a gun for $1. Everywhere I want to go there. I'll go to the locksmith and pay $1 for a lock. Okay, so we're going to the archives and the market. Next, they're going to the capital and the laboratories. The laboratories.
Okay, I'm going to go to the lab, transport to any, and I'm going to go to the bank for 2, but I'm going to leave it because then I'm going to go here to get an upgrade.
Okay. Gotcha.
Put my upgrade here. Where are they going? Capital and lab. I'll go to the armory, spend 1 for a gun.
Okay. Gun movie briefcase. Gun movie briefcase. I'm going to go. Mind your business. I'm going to go to the laboratory, which is going to transport me over to the hospital for no reason. So I'll get a medic bag. So that was technically 1. What does that one need? 2 guns. What do I have? I have 1 gun. Why is everything over there needing so many guns? All right, I'm hopping into headquarters. All right. So I can complete an event.
This is your last action, right?
Yes. That is an M. So I need to go to one of the M's. And I need to repeat an M. So we're going to go repeat a modern event. I will pay a gem. And I will take Shakespeare writes Hamlet. What a time. All right, 1600. So that comes after the invention of the Gutenberg press, obviously. So I need to pay a gun, a medic, a camera, and a suitcase or a briefcase. I'll get $4 and 2 walkie-talkies.
Are they walkie-talkies or cell phones?
I don't know. Probably cell phones.
I imagine it just stands for telecommunications.
Probably. Use your imagination. Telecommunications.
Enforcers.
Okay, and that also is going to flip. Enforcers are going to the Capitol in the lab. Yeesh. And then they're going to go telecoms. And back to the lab. Okay, that's pretty good.
I'm going to headquarters. Take a gem.
Oh, I have completed a second one of my things. Repeat 1 cultural event.
I'm going to come down to revise a ancient event. I have an upgrade, so I only actually have to spend 3 to do that. And I'm going to revise this one. I think. No, this one, sorry. Building the Great Pyramid.
Oh. Going to Egypt, are you?
So I'm going to put this way at the back.
So you guys
you can't see it. It's going way at the far back because it is 2560 BCE. I have to spend a briefcase, a medic bag, a gun, 2 disguises, and a telecommunication.
They definitely have real names. Oh, they're attaché cases and communicators.
I will not remember that.
Well, I'm not going to stop saying attaché.
And I wanted to revise that one, actually.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to flip it because it's a revise.
So this is a great example. So the revise action is different than doing a repeat action. So because Jeff has flipped a cultural green card, anybody that has green has to flip their card as well, so long as it comes after chronologically, which mine does because Shakespeare came after the pyramids, believe it or not. So I have to flip my green card. I get whatever it says, and Jeff's going to get whatever his says, but I have now lost one of my things that I've completed. So just so you know, that's how that works. So now every green is going to get flipped because it is a cultural event. So this is how the board completely changes. And I will say, like every game, you set this up randomly with the exception of the headquarters. So the game is going to change every time you play. And not only that, it's going to change as you play.
So I'm going to get $7 and I get 2 resources of my choice. So I'll take 7. And the revisions are basically, I think, to signify like you're rewriting history.
Yes.
So that's why like the locations change and like other events change and what have you.
Listen, you mess with time, you find out. You get 2 of any. Nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a disguise and a communicator.
So technically, I could have used my lock to stop Jeff from flipping, but I think I'm just gonna hang on to it now. Stop him from flipping mine, I should say.
All right, so I have one more action. I'm actually going to go down to reserve event, and I am going to reserve an event, and I'm going to reserve the far one there.
The green?
Yep. So I'm going to revise Michelangelo Paints the Sistine Chapel.
Classic Michelangelo.
And then it kind of just sits here,
yeah,
which you can't see. But there's a little section on your player board it can sit in.
Okay, my turn. I only have communicators and attaches. So that's not gonna do it for me. So I'm gonna hop out, go to headquarters, grab a gem. I'm gonna go to the hospital, grab a medic bag. Then I think I'm actually gonna go to the tailor, get 2 disguises, and pay 1 coin. And that's 3 for me. So they're staying at the laboratories and going to telecom. All right.
So I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go back to headquarters to get the gem.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to go back into my time machine. So I'm going to revise a modern event.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll pay 2 gems to do that. And I'm going to revise the one that I reserved. And I'm going to put it here.
All right, so I do have to flip my Shakespeare. Shakespeare is going for a friggin' roller coaster ride.
Why is that, though?
Because, well, what's the time on it?
1512.
And this happens in 1600.
And we have to do the city.
Yeah. So all of the greens are flipping back. Can you flip the one that I'm on?
And I need to spend a gun, disguise, and telecoms for that. And I've completed another portion of my human prime. So I had to revise 2 cultural events, which I've done.
Mm-hmm. And that made me flip mine back, which means I've now once again completed that.
For my 3rd action, I'm going to reserve another event. And I'm going to reserve this one.
Now, everything needs guns. That's dumb. Dumb guns. Okay. All of those need guns? All of them. I'll go to the hospital to get a medic bag. I'll have to go here to Timelancer headquarters, to get a gem. Then I'm going to the armory to pay 1 to get a gun. And I have more than 10 resources, so I need to get rid of 2. Yep. Okay, so I'm getting rid of 2. That's my turn. These guys are going to the courthouse and surveillance.
Okay, I'm going back to headquarters. I'll take a gem. And I'm going to go to the...
I'm going back to Cali.
I'll go to the hospital for a medical bag. And then I'm going to go to the tailor and pay 1 for a disguise.
I'm going. I have to sit on my knees because I'm too short. Okay, so I am hopping into my time machine. And I am going to the Middle Ages. All right, and we are going to be revising some Middle Ages. So I have to pay 2 time gems in order to do that. And I'm going to be taking Start of the Black Death. Beam, 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 beam. And this is a revise, and it happens in 1347. So I'm going to put it here. So Jeff doesn't have any yellow cards or events, so it doesn't matter at all for him. So I have to pay 2 medic bags, a communicator, and a gun in order to do that. Beep, bop, and blueberry. And I get $5. Okay. So
Excited for your editing when you're editing out all the...
I know, it's because I have to stretch so much. Then we have to flip all of the yellow tiles on the board.
Ooh, the capital becomes red.
Yes, and each of them, it does show you what's on the other side, so you can kind of predict it a little bit. Okay, so that was 1, 2, buckle my shoe.
Okay, reserve one.
Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. So I'm going to reserve an event. And I want...
So reserve events is free. There's no...
Yeah, no time gem cost. I think I want this one. So I'm going to reserve Battle of the Red Cliffs. There she is. So I've reserved that event. And that's it for me. So these guys have to move. We need engineer. Oh, they're both at the engineer. Yikes, don't go there. I'm going back to Jannisburg.
I'm going to go to the hospital for a medical bag. I'm going to go to Timelancer headquarters and get a gem. And then I'm going to go to the laboratories and transport to any city tile. So I'm going to transport to the market, even though it's right next to me. And I'm going to trade. So the market lets you trade one of any resources for another of any resource. I'm going to trade a medical bag for a gun.
Seems counterintuitive.
That's me.
Oop, these need it to be flipped up. Okay, so I'm popping back out. Whoa, geez Louise. I'm going to go for a roll around Jannisburg. Grab me a gem. Then I'm going to go to the armory and I'll pay $1 for a gun. 2, 4, 6, 8. Who do we appreciate? Then, I'm a gal. So they're, oops, I forgot to reveal where they're going next. Bank and Taylor. I think I might go to the laboratory and then zip on over to surveillance and I'll pay $3 to get 3 cameras.
2
cameras. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So I'm at my 10 limit. So those are my 3. So we're off to the Taylor and the bank. Man, these cops get around. Locksmith and surveillance.
That is super unfortunate.
Is that where you needed to go?
Yeah, I should have been paying attention that they're going to the Taylor.
Gosh darn it. Shoot.
Okay, I'll go to the lab, which lets me transport anywhere.
Bye.
So I'll go to the engineer. And I'm going to pay 2. So I'll take 3 back. And I get an upgrade.
Going back to Kelly.
I'll put it there.
Put her there.
And then I'll go to the armory and pay 1 for a gun. Oops. Oh, that's spot actually. So that was 1, 2.
Buckle my shoe.
I'll go 3 and take a gem.
Okay. I'm zipping into my time machine.
I don't like that.
Here I come to my time machine with my gemmers. All right, so I
have so many gems. Have you been paying?
Yeah, but I've only been going to the cheapo depot spots, and I just keep getting gems. So I am going to revise
7
this
of them?
ancient event. Ancient event. So that cost me 4 gemmers. Okay, oopsies, gems everywhere. So from now on, this revise action allows me to pay 1 less resource for stuff, which is fantastic. So it cost me 2 disguises, 2 guns, and the communicator. Okay, I gained $7. And so Jeff has to do a flippy dippy.
So not only do I now have to flip D-Day,
Mm-hmm.
I lose my repeat 1 military event.
Sure do. You can use your lock though if you like.
Ooh, yeah, actually, good time to use that.
Good time to use a lock. Locksmith.
I should normally have to lose this because I no longer have a repeat military event, but I'm going to use a lock to prevent Jamie from making me flip that. So I'm going to leave it on its repeat side. What a silly
goose he is. Okay, so I have completed a 3rd on my card, revise 1 military event. So I am 1 away. from winning, defeating you in the game of time. Okay. We didn't flip all of the reds, so we got to do that. No, we did flip them.
No.
We didn't flip them?
It was yellow. We flipped it to red.
So I got one more thing I could do, and now I can pay one less. So what have I got here? 2 movies, 2 attaches, and 1 communicator. I think I might go back and reserve an event. So, what do I want? Something cool. Probably. That guy's got a crown. That's pretty neat. Pretty neat. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Okay, I think I'm going to reserve Magna Carta signed by King John. Of course. That's in my reserve pool, and that is the end of my turn. Surveillance, locksmith. Cha-cha-cha, cha-cha-cha.
Okay, I'm going to go here and transport to any city tile.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go to the tailor, spend 1 for a disguise. So that was 1, 2 medical bags. What's the gear? Is it a new side job?
Yeah.
I'll go to the jeweler. And that gives me 2.
For $1. Okay, I am going to pop out, get myself a jammer. Then I'm definitely going to the armory. I'm loading up weapons. 2 guns. I'm going to go to the laboratory and zip on over to the hospital to pick up 2 medic bags. 4, 6, 8, 9. Okay, then these, oh shoot, I can't do that. I cannot do that. Where was I?
We can, but...
I can, but I'm not doing it. Okay, so I don't really need anything, you know. I'm not like desperate for stuff. So I think I'm actually going to go down to the engineer. And I will pay 2 to gain it. Upgrade. And that upgrade will be going... Yeah. That's my turn. Hospital and archives. Armory and bank.
Okay, I'm going to go 1, and I'll take a side job, please.
You would.
2 for a gem. And then 3, I'm going to revise a MA event. And I'm going to revise this one.
Okay, I will be using my lock.
Damn it. I didn't think you had a lock.
I had a lock. Oopsies.
Dang. Is that your lock? You only had 1 lock?
Who's to say? Jeff.
You're going to win on your next turn, right?
Am I though?
Yeah,
you know, I don't know. It's hard to say with
I'm
time
gonna
travel.
spend 2 disguises, 1 gun, 1 medic bag, and a attaché.
An attaché.
I think Jamie's got me. And I'll spend 2 gems to do that. I have 3 of my 4 goals, objectives completed.
Me too.
Okay, and so I just for context, I revised Invention of Eyeglasses 1290.
Woohoo!
Actually, this should have gone here.
And did you collect all your stuff and things?
Just $5 left.
Okay.
And that's that. That was my only play. I knew you were going to be close, and I was like, well, if I play this in as a revision, which would help me, she would have to flip her blue, but I forgot she had a lock.
I have a lock. You know, me and the locksmith, we tight. So I'm going to headquarters, get myself a jammer, and then I'm plopping all over to my time machine. And you know what I think we might do, Jeff? I think we might want to revise something from the modern ages and Middle Ages. Not modern.
Ages.
Have you heard? So I will be revising Magna Carta signed by King John in 1215. So these are all going to have to zip on over. And you know one thing that I think most likely forgot to do during the game? Anytime that you do go to one of these spaces that has a card, you can activate that instant ability. And I feel like we've probably missed it
I
a
think
couple
I only
times.
did it once. I missed it once.
So that's a correction. How do you say my bad? My bad. So I get to pay one less resource when I do stuff. So I am without my medical bag, but that's okay. We're not going to worry about it. Okay. So I gain $6. Okay. I have revised 2 social events, completing my mission card. And not that it matters, but we would flip all of the yellows. So let's just do that just for fun, you know? So I do get to finish my turn. So I still get to do one more thing if I wanted to. But I don't really know. I can't afford. Oh, I can afford. What are you? Well, let's do that. I'm going to go do a modern repeat event. So that's going to cost me a gem. I will do this one. Taj Mahal. It's been completed. All right, here we go. 1653. So that's going to go there. 3 monies. And going here also allowed me to get an upgrade. Not that it matters. Okay, so I think that's it. All right? That's the end of the game. So now we need to calculate our merits, because just because I ended the game and completed my stuff doesn't mean that I necessarily won. Oh, and I want to mention there is a lovely resource card as well. So you'll love to see it. Now, scoring merits. First, we add up the values of our captured events, side jobs, 2 per completed faction goal, 2 per time lock, 1 per upgrade, 1 per $10, 1 per 3 leftover resources. So let's start at the top. The values of our captured cards as they are whatever is up. So it doesn't matter what's on the bottom. As an example, this would be 7. So I have 29 from there.
I had 20.
I have to do it in my head because my phone is in use. We get 2 points per completed faction goal. So
8 for you, 6 for me.
I'm
mine.
at 37.
26 for me.
We do our side jobs. So I had 2 side jobs.
I didn't get either.
Mine are, I get 2 merits per pair of science and social. So that's only 2. So that's 2 and only 2. So 4.
I didn't have any. I had 2 merits per culture and social, which I didn't. And then 3 merits per revised military event. And I didn't have any.
Okay. So I have 4. I'm at 41. We get 2 per time lock. I have none.
I have 1.
Okay. 1 per upgrade. So I'm at 46.
I'm at 30.
Okay. We get 1 per every $10. So I get 2.
Get 1.
What was I at?
46.
I'm at 46.
You were at 46.
So I'm at 47. And then 1 per every 3 leftover resources. So plus 1. So I'm at 48.
32.
I never win on camera. This
True.
is the best.
That is true.
That is Timelancers from Party Tales, coming to Kickstarter on June 6th. So if this looks like something that you might be interested in, all of the information is down below. It plays from 1 to 4 players between 45 and 90 minutes, obviously depending on how the game goes. I would assume more players, longer time. So yeah, if it sounds like something that you're interested in, please feel free to check it out.
Indeed.
Cool. So that is everything that we have for today. So if you're interested in buying board games, not this one, okay, we're going to crowdfunding for this one. However, other board games, you should first start by checking your friendly local gaming store. And for us, that is
The Boardroom Game Cafe.
Heck yeah, it is. Do you like snacks?
I do.
Perfect. Where should they go?
Munch Pack.
Amazing. Amazing. Travel through time and eat some snacks.
Mm-hmm.
Why the heck not? Thank you so much for watching. If you like what you see,
Please subscribe.
we hope to see you again soon. And now we say goodbye. Goodbye.
Later days.
Then I'm going to go back into headquarters, grab
Can't
my...
go back.
Okay. Fork.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
What does this mean?
What?
Can I flip any city tile?
Flip 1 city tile, yes.
Including yours?
I mean, yeah.
Oh, no, city tile.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I was like,
I thought maybe I could flip these or something.
No.
Okay, it wouldn't have changed anything because I didn't have the
No.
card, but
So I
of
will
course you would say
pay.
because you won.
I don't think it changed anything.